Next up, we have Devon Miller Dugan. She has published 4 books of poetry, the latest of which is a book of anti-war poems about Afghanistan entitled The Slow Salute. Flower power was a popular slogan in the 1960s, and Devon has written a piece reflecting back on that eventful time in history.
We good? Yep. Okay, thank you. I remember adolescence as being mostly about wanting things. Some of them were me things, and some of them were big things, but mostly I just wanted things. So this my version of the 60s, Robin and I are of an age, so I didn't get to Woodstock either for the exact same reason. But my theory is the 60s went on into the 70s. And I read this with apologies to every song I stole anything from. Flower power. You know the photos. The line of soldiers and guns, bayonets fixed or covered. The line of guns. The girl with a flower painted on her cheek, and in her hand a daisy. They grow in almost any soil. And she's offering the daisy to the line of MPs. A beautiful boy in a huge sweater, carnations in his hand, offering them to the guns where they will not grow. The short-haired girl in the flowered dress who wanted any soldier to accept her daisy. Then when they stood behind their bayonets, opened her arms as if to accept all their guns. The children of hope, the children of many roads, children blowing in the winds, the gathered children of changing times, they were allowed to hope. The guns would turn to flowers and the soldiers turn to lovers. After all, the boy, the girls, the soldiers were of an age. You know, all our parents were wrong. My own father angry over my long hair, yelling that it made me look like Jesus, and flummoxed that I wanted my skirts down to the ground, my necklines low enough to carry flowers in, or invitations. All I wanted was to look like a girl and tie love knots in my hair. I wanted John and Martin and Bobby and Malcolm alive. I wanted Black power, women's liberation. I wanted Stonewall to have made love into a rainbow. I wanted a world where poems would buy me a Mercedes-Benz. I wanted embroidery to make boys fall in love with me. I wanted love. Though confused by it, I left behind the boy who made me belts of macrame, even though we both loved how his FBI father called me that girl. Every time photos from a demonstration we had marched in and shouted in fetched up in his office, and he got teased. I wanted boots of Spanish leather. I wanted to be someone's Jimi Hendrix scream, wanted Jean Shrimpton's eyelashes, skinny dipping, San Francisco, wanted to get high on nutmeg and tomato juice, power larger than a flower. I wanted to be all the Sisters of Mercy, Wandering Angus's glimmering girl, a lady of the canyon, a Chelsea morning, and a blackbird singing in the dead of night. I wanted to stay in Denmark with the boy who'd fled the draft. I wanted to have been the girl in the photo and to have made the soldiers lay their rifles down like candles in the rain. I wanted to hold the key to love and fear all in my trembling hand.